I would like to invite our next keynote speaker on stage to tell us more about opportunities in the supposed slowdown. Please welcome Mr. S. Muralidharan, President, Lucas India Service. Ladies and gentlemen, outside and in the foyer, please do come in. A mechanical engineer from IIT Kharagpur and MBA from IIM Bangalore, Mr. Muralidharan has headed aftermarket operations in Bosch India as regional president. He was executive director at Frost & Sullivan and on the board of directors at Mann and Hamet Bosch Limited. A strong aftermarket professional, Mr. Muralidharan is also credited with developing branding, sales, and marketing strategies. Please welcome him with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Sir, over to you.
I thought you wanted people to dance.
Yes, maybe after that. They haven't come in yet. Unless we have to enforce that.
I really thought you were going to ask people to dance. Here he will not be because I normally dance to others' tunes. ये इलू इलू क्या है? इलू इलू. ये slow down क्या है? Slow down. I drive my car on the streets of Bangalore. I drive very slow. There's a slope, it is down. Is that slow down? I sit in an air-conditioned room here, post-lunch. My body is slow, my tongue slower. Is it slow down? It took me quite a while to realize that every once in a while, we come up with a word which needs to be there as a new jargon. Demon, GST, VAT, and the latest jargon now is slow down. It's almost the venture song has come back, walk, don't run. So I've tried to put together 4 thoughts as what we can do. And the reason I didn't use slides is because I told Anuj that I will compensate for the lost time because he is running almost an hour behind schedule, something he keeps telling me. So the first point, बार बार देखो, हजार बार देखो, ये देखने की चीज़ है. मेरा दिल was the old song. बार बार देखो, हजार बार देखो, देखने की चीज़ है. मेरा customer is the new song. Because when there's a thing called slowdown, that strange animal who pays our wages changes the most. And what has changed in this animal is that he does not need a car anymore to go from point A to point B. He does not need a car anymore. He has a metro, he has Uber, he has Ola, he has the Raj Travels, he has the Bindra Tours and Travels. So what he needs a car is to take his family for a picnic. He needs something which is air-conditioned inside. He needs a navigator which tells him where to turn left and right. He needs an app which tells him where is Swiggy. So today, to the new age customer, the car is the service. And because car is the service, he does not like to go to a workshop to get it serviced. Which is why he thinks it's a hygiene factor for someone to just come to his room, to his house, and pick up the car. Because in his psyche, if I can get a medicine at my doorstep in a few hours, if I can get a pizza in my house in 20 minutes, if I can get anything I want in my house, why should I take my car on which I spent lakhs to a workshop to get it serviced when what I wanted is for service? The day you understand this deeply, the changing end user, you'll suddenly realize that to win him over, you have to give him a different package, which can be as simple a thing as, where is the parking slot? A simple thing like, where can he play with the music system in the car? Where can he get tips on how to save fuel? Because everything else, he gets it in a search engine called Google. So that's the first point. Bar dekho, this changing animal called customer, who in a slowdown, car is a service. The second point. Those days it was roti, kapda, or makan. Today it is roti, kapda, makan, and data. Data is not just the new oil. It is what makes the modern Indian, I'm not saying millennial, the modern Indian move. Live stream is today mainstream. As I speak today, there are at least 2 people who have taken my photo, they splashed it on WhatsApp, and at least one of them is on my office WhatsApp group, at least 2. Live stream today is mainstream. 63% of videos are seen in rural in small town India. Lucknow and Patna are one of the leaders in seeing videos and social media. This is no more a tool of the big cities. Women spend more time in social media, not just because my mother told me she's on WhatsApp. Women spend more time, and therefore they become influencers as to where you need to get a vehicle serviced. Because she thinks if my house mixie can be serviced in an hour, why should I spend 24 hours waiting for a spare part for a car on which I spent lakhs? Regional languages, not just Hindi, regional languages hold sway in social media and all kinds of video graphics. You're more likely to enter the psyche of a customer in Bhubaneswar, Rourkela steel plant, if you talk in Uriya instead of talking in sophisticated English, which I'm bravely trying to do. The time spent on a young couple on all kinds of social media put together is more than the time they spend on sleep. Fact. Dinks in particular, double income, no children, spend more time on all kinds of social media put together. It can be Facebook, it can be net, it can be search, it can be Instagrams, it can be WhatsApp. All the time put together is more than the time they spend in bed. So you now know where you have to catch their attention if in a so-called slowdown you want a share of their wallet. You'll get it if you speak to the lady of the house in the local language and compare your quality of service not with the other competitor car, but with a household mixie or a household water filter or a household geyser. The benchmarks have changed, and therefore it's roti, kapda, makan, and data. The third point is a small little word called profitability, where I feel not enough attention has been given today. Profitability in service business comes not just because the customer pays, but because you have become more efficient in your own operations. Just like there's quality of design, there's quality of manufacture, there is also quality of service. Quality of service is not just keeping somebody happy. It is to manage the inventory so that it do not go stock out. It is to have a turnaround time process in the workshop, which now is not in days, but in hours and minutes. You put yourself as a consumer. You get a pizza in 20 minutes in your house. Swiggy delivers any food you want in an hour in your house. And you want to wait for 5-6 hours for a car for which you have paid lakhs to be serviced? This is how the thinking is. And the turnaround time, and these are not just statements I'm throwing out of the hat. The anecdotal statements told to me or to a market researcher says, if Indigo can turn around the aircraft in 20 minutes from one flight down to another flight up, why can't you guys turn around the car and repair it and give it to me in about 1 hour? Why do you want a day? So the internal efficiency improvement is what is going to add to profitability. The working capital will improve if you manage inventory. The gross margin improves if your turnaround time becomes faster. Your personal cost comes down not just by retention, but by training people more. And then you have those 3 numbers, which is working capital by inventory management, gross margin by turnaround time, reduced cost of people by huge productivity improvement, including training. This combination is the third thing which one can deeply look at during Slowdown. The headline statement for this is, make your workshop digital. That's just a headline statement. Not all workshops can afford it, but you can certainly move in that direction. The fourth, slowdowns by nature. Big fish eat small fish. That's the nature of the slowdown. Badi machli, choti machli ko khayegi. The auto industry has one more unusual feature. Because I have to be polite on a podium, I would say there's so much love and affection amongst each one of us in the auto industry. You have this car brand versus that car brand. You have this car manufacturer versus component manufacturer. You have component manufacturers, service dealers versus car manufacturer, service dealers. You have car manufacturer, service dealers versus independent workshops, which have 55% of the business. You look at the names of the companies on this board. You do not have Bosch, MRF, Amar Raja, Cummins anymore. You have, despite being in India vehicles, you have almost no vehicle manufacturers anymore. The names there are names which 10 years back, old foggies like me would not even have known they existed. The Go bumpers Trek and Tells, they are there. And they're not even, I'm reasonably sure, members of ACMA, let alone be members of SIAM. And there comes the opportunities for more organized players like us, because they need a forum for collaboration. And Slowdown is a time for collaboration. They need partners. All of them have products which are latest. All of them have concepts of telematics, of apps. We have the financial muscle. We have the distribution reach. And what better way can there be than collaborate and take the entire industry to the next level? It is a bit tricky because you're so used to saying, it's my data, what is the data security? Forgetting that even before I say Jack Robinson, the data is there in Google search engine. So what data security are we talking about? What is my brand car we talking about? You open a car, my young son will say, what are you talking, this so-and-so brand car? You have a Cummins engine, Bosch pump, Lucas starter, Excite battery, Superajit bulbs, Brakes India brakes, Shell lubes, Purelator air filters. The vehicle is a brand, but everything inside is also the brand. And because everything inside is also the brand, the vehicle becomes the brand. So why have this aftermarket workshop versus OE workshop? Because in that process, the spurious person enters. One of the single biggest reasons why the spurious market thrives in markets like India is the genuine part doesn't reach. क्योंकि आपस में इतना प्रेम मोहब्बत है. Everybody wants to go to the same Kagal Nagar, Kashmiri Goet. Everybody wants to go there. Who will go to Robertsganj and Gorakhpur to distribute a spark plug? So the spurious guy is there. So this is the second area of deep collaboration. If we redefine in a slowdown that our common enemy is the end user, and our job is to protect our customer, then the areas of collaboration automatically emerge. Anuj, I'm going to stick to my word of not taking more time. He's gone for lunch quite discreetly. But I'd like to leave those 4 points and just those 4 points with you. First is Bar Bar Dekho, Naya customer. Second is Roti, Kapda or Makan and data. Third, profitability comes from internal improvements. Fourth, don't fall into the trap of big fish eating small fish. Learn to collaborate. None of those names of the companies were there 5 years back or 10 years back. They are begging to be collaborated. Then we can take the whole game to the next level. Chodo kal ki baatein, kal ki baat purani. Aao milke likhein. सिर्फ डीजल और गैसोलीन की नहीं, डीजल, गैसोलीन और इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स की नई कहानी. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार. Any questions?
Any questions?
I have only one question to ask actually, and I think you have already raised it. That why OEM guys are so much particular on holding the space is only the dealer profitability, because they want to work on a 3 or 4% sales commission. They don't want to increase the sales commission. Hence, the workshop is the only source where they example, Mercedes. My website, Auto Cards, we import the Mercedes parts from Dubai, we import from everywhere, and we supply to the customers. There are customers who need these parts, but Mercedes don't want to collaborate, example, with us. They don't want to give us the parts. Fiat, example, they don't want, but we are getting it all the parts from outside.
You know, I'll support your point. People who said it's difficult to get parts, I said, I proved it, I didn't just say it. Bangkok, Chennai is closer than Chandigarh, Delhi, Chennai. So when we have a free trade agreement with Thailand, sitting in Chennai, I'd rather have the parts from Bangkok than have the small scale excess duty benefit, Nalagarh mein baitha hua Chandigarh, se Delhi aega, from Delhi it'll come to Chennai. Right? So those days of protectionism are numbered. Either we proactively collaborate, or the market will collaborate in their own way. That's it, right? So before you come up on stage, I will leave. Thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that very riveting presentation.